Bearded Bastards podcast, episode 5, AEW Dynamite review for September 25th, 2024. I am Robert Frank, the women's pet, the men's regret, and what you see is what you get. And I am co-hosted by the legendary Zach G. What's up, Zach?
What's up, Robert? How you doing? We'll be reviewing the Dynamite, or what they call it, Grand Slam, I guess was a special.
Yeah, the Grand Slam Dynamite.
Yes.
I, once again, even though this is only a 2-hour show, I have 3 full pages of notes that we will get into. And I think I mentioned this last time. Anytime that there is a name associated with the Dynamite, like the Grand Slam or Winter is Coming or whatever homecoming that they do when they're in that Jacksonville Stadium. What is it called? Daly's Place.
Daly's Place.
They always have some kind of big stuff going on. So the night kicked off with the returning Nigel McGuinness to the ring for his first singles match. I think they said in like well over 10 years versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. The announcers kept putting over throughout the whole match. Now, I've seen bits and pieces of the Nigel McGuinness Bryan Danielson feud from Ring of Honor. Never watched an entire match. I just saw bits and pieces. It was kind of like, it reminded me of when Danielson wrestled Zack Sabre Jr., the guy from New Japan. It's like a lot of holds and reversals and wiggling out of shit. Anyway, they kept putting over how they've had 10 matches together, but I don't remember if they said what the record was. Are they 5-5? Is it 7-3, 6-4?
I don't think they did.
I don't think so. So Nigel McGuinness came out, looks great. I mean, he's on the slender side, but he's in shape.
Yes.
Tall guy,
yes.
Good looking dude. He's probably, I want to say, either late 30s, early 40s. I don't know how old he is exactly.
I know he hadn't wrestled in 13 years.
13 years is what they said, yeah. And I saw Taz, somebody made a comment. I don't know if it was Tony Schiavone or Excalibur saying he looks great for not being an active wrestler, and that's really hard to do. And then Taz chimed in. He goes, yeah, it is freaking hard because he's a little fat, pudgy mofo right now.
Yeah, there's plenty of active wrestlers on this roster who can't stay in shape.
Yeah, that is a fact, Jack. So Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson, I said the whole nobody knows if Bryan Danielson's going to come out or not. They were playing this up all through Collision on Saturday. They were playing it up all week on Dynamite last week. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. So Nigel McGuinness comes to the ring. He's standing there. He's waiting. His normal music starts, and then he doesn't come out. And then the garbage starts with he gets on the mic. I demand a 10 count and a title change. I was like, first of all, there's no title change on a count out.
Well, you don't know this bullshit.
When AEW, anything goes.
I
right?
gotcha. Yeah.
So then Final Countdown started playing. I think every time they play Final Countdown, Tony has to pay like $100,000, which I know doesn't mean anything to Tony Khan.
No.
Every time you start that song,
I gotta tell you, Robert, I was pumped when I heard that song. Europe was my favorite heavy metal band of all time.
Wait, heavy metal?
Oh, they rocked it.
They rocked out heavy metal.
Oh, they rocked out with the proverbial, what's out. The final countdown.
I do like the song.
I'm kidding, geez.
And I think it's classic Danielson to come out to that.
Yeah, obviously I'm joking.
Remember back in the day when nobody cared? There was no lawsuits or no what do they call it? Filing for when you use someone else's song. You just used whatever the hell you wanted back in the day.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan used to come out to Eye of the Tiger. It's like nobody cared.
Yeah, now if you go back to the archive footage for all those, like on the Peacock Network, all that stuff is dubbed over with different music.
Yep, 100%. So we don't know if he's coming. He finally comes out. No shit, he was coming out. So he comes out, said Danielson is small because we always talk about who's small, who's big. Is that Danielson is a smaller guy, but he looks like a wrestler.
Yes.
And he's a believable small guy because he's in shape. I think they announced him at 198.
Yeah,
So he's
198, 197, and he's probably only about 5'9". So
Probably.
that's, for 5'9", that's, not
it's
bad.
pretty stocky for a
Yeah.
5'9". He's cut, he's in shape, and he looks like a man.
Yes.
Even when
yes,
he had the clean shaven face when he was in his mid to late 20s, he still looked like a man that could beat your ass.
Yes.
So I give him a pass on being under a deuce. All right. Jim Ross, bro, Jim Ross is so bad. He is collecting a paycheck like a mofo. Tony Khan, I swear to God, has a little bug in Jim Ross's ear, and he just feeds him lines to say. There was zero emotion. It was just him reading a script. Oh, Tony wants me to say this. I'm going to say this. Bryan Danielson is the greatest wrestler that I have ever announced in my 50-year career.
Right. And you know damn well Jim Ross doesn't want to operate that way, but he's collecting a paycheck. He sounded like he was slurring his words. He didn't sound great.
No.
And I have on my notes somewhere 4 announcers. I would have just taken Taz and Jim Ross being Jim Ross would have been fine. I could do without Shivani and the guy's buddies. What's his? I know you
Excalibur
like because he ran Pro Wrestling Gorilla. Excalibur.
Yeah.
The greatest thing in the world. Oh.
Yeah. And Tony Schiavone is another just buzzwords. Just every match. This is the greatest match I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I didn't mind Schiavone back in the day. He's just terrible now. But back in the day, he was good. I liked it. I hear his voice. I think WCW and NWA wrestling when I was growing up. Yes.
So Jim Ross reading off a script. It says, what do I have written here? It says, I can't even read my own writing, but I said, what is he saying? And maybe that's where you were saying that he was mumbling. Maybe
he was. He didn't
had a couple of Crown and Cokes before he
got the old like Harry Carey used to do back in the day for the Cubs.
Yeah. Got a little sauced up.
Yeah.
I said Nigel's in good shape. Sloppy fake slaps by Nigel. His strikes look so freaking weak.
I'm cutting you off right now because I'm gonna pile onto that.
Go ahead.
Nigel's punching when he was on top of Danielson were horrible.
Oh, so bad.
Horrible. You know what's funny? We're gonna get to the Hook match later. Hook's punches or his forearms look better. But
I even have in my notes. I said Hook's throwing good punches outside the ring.
His forearms were on. So we'll get to that. Okay, see, me and Rob don't talk or go over notes before these, by the way. So
no, we don't. And our text messaging throughout the show has stopped. You know why? Because we're sitting there busy taking notes.
Yeah, I don't have time to scratch my ass. Yeah.
So I said the sloppy fake slaps by Nigel. Nigel has a very weak offense. The crowd was booing. Did you hear when he was doing like that slapping crap in the corner?
Yep.
Crowd was like, they were restless. They were like, oh, dude, this is the shits. And I said, for guys that wrestled 10 times, they're sloppy as hell, albeit it was many years
Nigel's fault, not Danielson's, because of time off.
I said, I fast forwarded 5 to 7 minutes because I got bored. I hit the fast forward button because I started like 45 minutes. I started Dynamite at about 8:45 and I went back to the beginning.
I was like 9:15. Yeah. I do that because I want to fast forward commercials. And if it's picture in picture, I fast forward.
Yeah. Picture in picture sucks too.
Yep.
Says Danielson wins with the label lock. Nigel clearly says thank you to Danielson. I guess he wanted to have one last match against him. And the announcers even put it over and they brought attention to it. So, I'm pretty sure he said thank you. So we'll see what happens from there. Before the next part, when Christian comes out, do you have anything?
Yeah, one last part. So I don't wrestle for 11 years, and all of a sudden I'm the number one contender for a heavyweight championship match. Stupid.
And didn't Tony Khan just talk a lot of shit about Jinder Mahal about a year or two ago and on Twitter? Because Jinder Mahal came out of nowhere and he automatically had a title defense against Seth Rollins when he was the champion.
Hey, Rob, wins and losses count. Ratings count. That lasted about a total of 2 fucking months with this organization.
Yeah, they I hear Meltzer Alvarez was saying when I was still listening to them religiously, said that Tony made a public statement saying that long-term booking is a thing of the past. He's like just wants to book week to week now.
Well,
Like,
so are good ratings.
Yeah, exactly. So after that match was over, Danielson posing posing for the crowd, standing on the turnbuckle, and then boom, Christian's music plays. He comes out to cash in, but Kip Sabian.
Jesus Christ!
This is another one of those things.
Are you kidding me? Go ahead. Sorry.
If you don't watch Rampage, Collision, their YouTube shows, I don't even know if they're doing YouTube shows anymore, but if you're not watching all their C, D, E, F, G ranked shows, you're going to have no friggin' idea that this Kip Sabian is part of an angle with Christian and the patriarchy. Because I was like, why is he coming out to steal the pen? And then when I did some further research, it's been a couple weeks now where he's been stalking Christian for some reason.
Yeah, you fast forwarded through those parts when we watched those shows. So you bring this nobody out who no one likes, no one cares. He's not over. He's insignificant. At the end of your quote, it could be the main event of your opening segment. Yeah. And this guy's involved. So stupid.
The only thing I give him props for, he's banging Penelope Ford. So
I retract my statement. That prick.
Penelope Ford could get it. I saw her in person at a independent show. She was with Joey Janela. In somewhere in New Jersey. It was me and Joey Bag of Donuts, and bro, she is smoking hot. And she's got a huge rack.
Well, there seems to be a common theme with these shows with you, you sick bastard.
Yeah, I just watch for the chicks. All right, so I just wrote Kip Sabian steals the pen, capital G, capital A, capital Y. And I drew a line under that because I was like, all right, I'm done with this segment. What's next? And what's next was Hook, your favorite wrestler. I think they announced Hook at 315 pounds. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Hook get an entrance? Because I must have been fast forwarding. I may have went to the refrigerator. I might have been in the bathroom. But when I came back, Hook was already standing in the ring when Roddy came out.
Okay, so because I don't want to watch all that crap, as soon as there's an entrance to someone I don't care about, I fast forward till they get to the ring to save time. Real quick, I put Hook, and I put in parentheses, fuck with 3 exclamation points.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
From what you were saying, when he came out, there was no pop.
Dude, it was dead. Go back.
And they're in New York, bro.
Yes. So I'm not just like, if you watch even like the Young Bucks, they don't get a pop either, but the music is so loud you can't tell no one's cheering.
Right.
Well, go back when you get a chance to watch it. He comes out. There's no pop. And when he gets towards the ring, they show the crowd. No one's standing and no one's cheering. I'm not lying. Check it out.
So, yeah, I'm going to go back and check that out. Roddy, I said, my notes just here say Roddy was solid. He's in really good shape for a small guy. He's another guy who's a small guy.
Looks like a pro wrestler, though.
But he looks like a pro wrestler. Again, you stand him in the ring against Bruiser Brody in 1985 in Dallas. And, bro, I mean, that match isn't even lasting 30 seconds.
Well, I wouldn't last 30 seconds with his wife.
Yeah.
Bro. Whoa, whoops.
Let me tell you so. Well, how are you? What do you mean by that? Do you mean in a fight or do you mean in bed?
Either or, I'll take it, brother.
Bro, not to sidetrack, but speaking of small guys against Bruiser Brody, I came across a match. Remember Al Snow, the wrestler?
Yeah.
Head, he used to come out with the mannequin head. He did a bunch of different gimmicks.
Yeah.
Bro, Al Snow, when he was first starting out, he was wrestling. It was a handicap match. It was Bruiser Brody versus him and another dude.
I think I saw this, actually.
And, bro, Al Snow looks like a midget compared to Bruiser Brody. Put Al Snow in the ring with Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
It looked like father and son. So
he's not a small guy.
No.
He's bigger now than he was when he wrestled.
Yeah. And then, much better shape, too.
Yep.
So Roddy's in good shape for a small guy. Guy can go. I said Hook is throwing really good punches on the outside. So we put people over when it's
we did. His forearms he was throwing when Roddy was against the barrier.
Yes.
I put Hook's forearms actually look really good. He was laying him in.
Yes, he
Look
was.
excellent. Yes.
I think Roddy might have told him. He was like, bro, fucking lay it on me,
I'm
baby.
sure he probably did. Yeah.
So I said, Hook throwing good punches outside, Hook beating up 3 guys at a time. Give me a break. Because again, Taven and Bennett are outside and he's beating them up with the kendo sticks and all. Tony Khan sees Hook like Godzilla. Just crazy.
So is the FTW championship no DQ matches?
Yes.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm only going to add to stuff that you hadn't said already just to
Okay.
save time. So,
well, I just said Hook wins. No shit. You knew who was going to win this match. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to win. And then after he wins, there's a handshake that goes on.
Okay, I have a comment.
So I'm curious to see what's going on with, because Roddy and the Kingdom, as of right now, they're heels, right? Heels don't shake the hand of somebody after a match without a low blow coming next or something.
I was waiting.
So what are they doing? What are they doing with that?
I just put they shake hands in a desperate attempt to put Hook over.
Oh, so the crowd cheers and
yeah. Oh, Rowdy respects, so maybe we should. That was my take on it.
Well, then Hook goes outside. He talks to Tony Schiavone, and this right here, bro, he can't talk.
No,
he's got no promo skills. There's no inflection in his voice. He's talking like he's talking to his boys at the kitchen table, and you're supposed to like a little fire, and he just was like, "Oh, all good things must come to an end." And here this was the last match of the FTW championship. No explanation. No why he's retiring the belt. No, nothing. Just, hey, I'm retiring it. Here, Dad, here's your belt back. Taz took his glasses off. He's fake crying. And I think Taz was even like, bro, this is the shit.
Yeah, they're listening because they hear everyone say there's too many belts.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they did it. But yeah, I put WGAF when he retired the belt.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we know what that stands for.
Yeah, of course we do.
So that's it. So he retires the belt with no explanation. I'm curious to see if they're ever going to bring that belt up again or not, or if they're going to make any mention of why that happened. Because I think they should. If you're going to do dumb shit like that, at least have an explanation.
Yeah, but then Hook's got to explain why he did it. I don't want to hear that either.
Yeah, maybe.
Let Taz speak.
Exactly. The next match. Oh boy, I got a whole page of notes on this one. I might be missing some backstage I wasn't taking notes on every single backstage interview or anything like that. I was going more for the matches. Did I miss a backstage segment?
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
All right. Well, I have Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher versus the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this match, I knew it was going to be a banger because Will Ospreay is the best wrestler on the planet. Size, move-wise, promo. He was a very underrated promo in New Japan, but they never really let him speak. He would always do those post scrums like after the matches, and he's all out of breath, and he used to curse up a storm like a sailor. But obviously he can't do that now. But when he cuts a promo, there's a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion. You could tell he believes what he's saying. He's right now that Kenny Omega is, a little bit older and on the shelf, obviously with the diverticulitis. There's nobody in wrestling better than Will Ospreay, in my opinion.
He's got a man's voice. He has a man's body. He can have any type of match.
Right.
Real quick, I put stylistically, this was a great matchup for what everyone can do.
Oh, for sure.
Go ahead. One last thing with the Bucks and I mentioned this earlier. No pop when they entered the arena or entered the ring. The music, if this makes sense, drowned it out to silence. If you looked around, no one was standing up, no one was cheering, no one was booing. They didn't care.
I really would love to know what happened because the Young Bucks were, the reason they started AEW is because the Bucks, Kenny Omega, Cody, they were tearing up the indie scene. And Tony was like, holy cow. Like every Young Bucks match was a freaking sellout when they were in New Japan, when they were in Ring of Honor. The crowd would go crazy. Now, I think after the CM Punk fight, or maybe them keep flip-flopping back and forth, or maybe it's this crowd, because I don't think they're doing BTE anymore, Being the Elite, their YouTube show that they had.
Yeah.
I think maybe a good portion of that audience, because those fucking BTEs used to get 100, 200, 300,000 views on YouTube. So I think that audience that were looking forward to being the elite show, and now that they're not doing it anymore, they're like, oh, well, we're not going to cheer for him anymore. I think the CM Punk thing had something to do with it. Maybe not airing BTE anymore. Who the hell knows? But all I know is they get zero reaction, bro. And I feel bad because they're still talented. They're almost 40 years old. I think one's 38 and one's 36 or 37, something like
Yeah,
that.
I'm not a huge fan, but for the matches they have, they're very athletic and they accomplish what they want to accomplish. Just because I don't like the particular style of the matches, it's
Right.
not saying they're not good in the ring.
Yeah.
They don't sell for shit usually.
No, they don't sell. But in my notes here, I just have what the hell does Matt have in his hair? Yeah, when Matt Jackson is the weak link of the match, you know that it's going to be a pretty good freaking match because even Matt Jackson is halfway. Nick is obviously the star of the tag team. He's the Jeff Hardy of the Hardy Boys. But I said the Bucks keep posing, zero physique, LOL. I actually wrote LOL. I said Ospreay is the best wrestler on the planet. Holy shit, Canadian Destroyer to Hidden Blade. I know I'm skipping around, but that was the at the end of the match when I think it was Matt Jackson gave Will Ospreay a Canadian Destroyer. He completely no-sold it and just did the Hidden Blade right away, and the place went absolutely batshit crazy.
Yep.
There was another move too where they had Ospreay hung over the top rope, and Nick Jackson did like a 450 splash on top of him.
Yeah.
The momentum of him being on the top rope, he bounced off. Matt caught him and power bombed him.
Yeah,
that
was excellent. Excellent. That was good. It was good.
Bro, I gave this, if I'm going on a star rating out of five out of 5 stars doing the Meltzer rating, I would, this is nowhere under 5 stars. This was a great match. I said this match rules. Nick Jackson is so good. Near fall kick out. They're kicking. Oh no, near falls. They're kicking out of everything. Even the shit that you thought was like, oh, he hit him with the belt. This is going to be it. It's going to be the cheap. He kicked out at 2 3/4. Crowd went absolutely batshit. He gave him. I forget who did it. Was it Kyle Fletcher that gave one of the Jackson brothers the old El Generico turnbuckle brainbuster?
I believe it was him. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's standing on the second rope and he's got him up in a suplex and then he just drops his head on the top turnbuckle. Bro, crazy shit. I wrote down something. Oh, the Meltzer. They did the Meltzer driver. They did the BTE trigger for the win after a bunch of near falls, and then the whole thing with the freaking with the screwdriver again.
Yeah, I put dumb.
So dumb. I mean, they've been doing the screwdriver gimmick, and you know what's going to happen. This is eventually going to come to a Fletcher versus Will Ospreay feud.
Good.
And yeah, they'll have a great match. I think they've already wrestled in AEW before.
Yeah,
but
they may have.
They'll have a really good match, and that'll be the feud. And I don't know why Ospreay, after all this time, is still like associating himself with Don Callis. It's just weird.
It makes.
And where's the rest of the Don Callis family? Where's Takeshita? Where's Hobbs? Where's whoever else?
We saw Takeshita last week on Collision, right? I believe so.
Oh yes, he was in that 20-man tag team, right?
They got a beast that who's good. Actually, has good mic skills and a good backstory you never see in Hobbs.
Yeah,
I know where he belongs.
Yeah, he'll probably end up there eventually. But he's definitely going to have to go to NXT first.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he'll learn. I put real quick. I said I knew the Bucks were going to win from the get-go because Ospreay wasn't going to have 2 belts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're
well, you can't have your biggest star be a tag team champion. Also, he needs to have singles matches. To be honest with you, I didn't see them winning. But obviously, it was going to be Fletcher who got.
I'm wondering who they're going to build up to wrestle the Bucks to have to take the titles off of them.
The fact that you have to ask that question.
Yeah.
Tells
scary.
You. Yeah, I have no idea. Hook and Orange Cassidy.
Oh God, is Hook part of the conglomeration? Because next up in my notes, I have the conglomeration backstage.
Yeah, I have 2 sentences real quick. conglomeration backstage. ZZZ, who cares? Briscoe's promo's good. Poor prick.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets fired up. He kind of does. They let him run with the 99% of the promo time for them because nobody else talks. Kyle O'Reilly is like Briscoe's cheerleader. Orange Cassidy just sits there with his arms folded and sunglasses on. Renee Paquette or Renee Moxley Good, as somebody
Young, whatever her name is.
Yeah, whatever her name is. She just sits there and, she's just happy to get a paycheck. And yeah, and whatever. I guess on Collision, there's going to be some kind of match that they're going to have. Prince Nana comes out, and he's giving an update on Swerve Strickland. And it was so funny the way that was it Tony Schiavone that was doing the interview?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. So Tony Schiavone was, how's he doing? His mental health, this health, that health, whatever. And he's all serious. And then as soon as Nana gets the microphone, he goes, everybody, whose house?
Yeah.
He just totally disregarded everything.
Good.
So, yeah, he comes out, he starts talking crap. And then all of a sudden, you hear somebody talking off camera, coming down the tunnel. And I knew the voice. I was like, no, this can't be MVP coming out. Here comes MVP with the cane doing the same shtick he was doing in WWE with the suit and the cane coming out. And now I guess he's going to be bringing the Hurt Business, or they're call it something else. But I'm pretty sure
that's my next question. Is he bringing somebody with him?
I believe so. I believe he's bringing Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley loses to Hook in a squash match.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, they'll do that to feud with Swerve, and then before you know it, Lashley will be on he'll be on Rampage wrestling what's his name? Commander, It's like
yeah. I mean, come on. So this will be the true test. You want to piss me off if Bobby Lashley comes?
Yeah.
They start doing stuff of him losing to these fucking guys.
Yeah.
No,
Bobby Lashley looks like a freaking man.
And he is.
But that's the problem. Like, who are you going to put Bobby Lashley in the ring with?
Well, that's not his problem.
Yeah.
I have two quick notes.
Go ahead.
I put Queen on Prince Nana, no ass, MVP, fat ass.
Oh, God.
Staying with the theme of our last few shows.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did put MVP has really good mic skills. Mm-hmm. He was getting fired up. It was almost like he came out there purposely trying to show, I'm going to show you guys how to do a promo.
Probably.
And he came out and, he was very clear spoken. He had a lot of fire, a lot of intensity, and he commanded the mic. So we'll see what happens with that.
The crowd didn't respond that well to him, though.
No, I mean, the original, holy shit chant might have broke out very quietly.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were even saying that it was not a good crowd for it being. That was a bigger crowd. It was a bigger crowd. Yeah, because when AEW is showing the whole arena, they're like
rafters. Yeah, they had a good crowd. It wasn't a hot crowd at all.
Not hot at all. So yeah. Now he wants to sign Swerve. He gives him the business card. Now, if I were in Nana's shoes, and I know you have to do it because it's TV, but dude, if somebody is trying to steal my guy, I'm not going to take the business card from him and put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'm going to flick it away and be like, get your fucking hand out of here. Like that type of stuff.
Fuck you.
Anyway, next up, I don't know if I missed anything, but on my notes, I have Mariah May versus Yuka Sakazaki.
You can Sakazaki. Okay, let's have it.
Mariah May is so hot. She was looking especially hot tonight. And I said, Yuka looks like she's 10. I fast forwarded through this. I don't care that it's Mariah May. I gave zero fucks about this match. I fast forwarded the whole thing until I saw Mariah won. And did I miss anything?
No. I put should have been a squash match, lasted 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Willow Nightingale showed up.
Oh God.
And I put fat ass.
Yeah. Yeah, she's built very interestingly. Yeah. Mariah May, so hot. Put her on TV every week. you don't need to do 7-minute matches with her and some little 12-year-old Japanese girl. Nobody cares. I guess they're building up for the other chick that's always involved, Mina Shirakawa.
Yeah, I had that too. Shirakawa shows up, and that's why I put and I was done because I didn't care.
Yeah. Well, there was that. And then after that, I may have missed something, a little backstage segment here or there, not sure, but I have
Really?
Mox versus Darby.
I don't think you missed anything.
Okay, then they must not have done a lot of backstage promo shit.
No, because the matches were kind of long.
Yeah.
When they announced the first match for an hour, I thought it was going to go an hour. It didn't go as long as I thought it would, to be honest with you.
No, thank God it didn't, because the match was not good.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so Moxley versus Darby. Now I'm going to say something about Moxley. I don't like John Moxley. I think his work sucks. He doesn't sell for anything.
Mm-hmm.
He is playing Stone Cold Steve Austin like, he's a Walmart version of Stone Cold Steve Austin. The way that he comes out and he like wags his head from side to side like he's this badass dude. When he was coming out to Wild Thing doing all that, I was like, bro, this is the gayest shit ever. Capital G, capital A, capital Y. Walking through the audience, playing Wild Thing. Bro, it just shows how entrance music can change your perception on somebody. When he started, I know he's done a time or two in the past with AEW, but he went back to his New Japan Death Rider theme. Bro, totally changed the way I look at him. When that theme comes on, it's like, yo, I look at him in a different light. I look at him like he's like this badass dude now. And it's so much more fitting to him than coming out to Wild Thing. It's like, come on, bro, that sucked. So Moxley, I'm going to give him a pass. And I'm going to look at him differently just because of the entrance music he's coming out to. I don't know if this what the hell is her name? What's the chick that comes out with Roderick Strong's wife?
Marina
Shafir.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's getting instruction to nonstop lock eyes on John Moxley. Wherever he goes, stare at him, because I don't know if she's doing it because she's nervous and she doesn't want to screw up, or they told her, your eyes stay on him the whole entire time. She doesn't look around. She doesn't look at the crowd. She doesn't pander to the audience.
She's waiting for. She's like waiting for a cue.
That might be what she's doing. Mm-hmm. And you could see Moxley from time to time going up to her and like kind of giving her like cues of what to do or where to stand or what to do. I think she's just still really nervous being in this like main event angle because she's a nobody. But yeah, I said Moxley's new music kicks ass. Death Rider, Darby. Again, I don't know if it was the Ospreay Young Bucks Fletcher match and the crowd just kind of blew their load. They were not into this at all. And Darby and Moxley were killing themselves.
Yes.
Trying to get a pop. And they were getting, like a little golf clap from time to time. I was like, wow. And again, Darby is the most believable freaking missile jumping out of the ring, flying on people.
Is. I've said it before. I like him. He's believable. He's good at it. He's the best at it.
Moxley beating the piss out of him for like 10 straight minutes, suplexed them on the steps.
Yeah.
Death Rider on the freaking floor.
Mm-hmm.
They do the pause spot where, you think he's going to get counted out. He fucking comes back in. Death Rider off the top rope, which I don't even know how. I thought Darby broke his arm. The way that he landed and his arm was like all off to the side. I was like, oh man, his arm's broken, but he didn't grab it right away and he pinned him.
Maybe Moxley he did. He's a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's not going to sell it even if he is broken.
Nope.
So what are your thoughts on this match?
I have to give Moxley looks better than he did before physically.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he's starting. Bro, if he would just, I'm glad he's shaving his head now. If he would just train, go to the gym, stop doing this jujitsu stuff. I know he's always, always show videos of him with the gi on and he's doing like some kind of Brazilian jujitsu. Enough of that crap. Go to the gym, put on some muscle, work on your diet, do cardio, and have your aesthetic look better. We know you could do all the moves. We know you could do all the chokes and the bulldog choke and whatever other, submission moves that he learned in whatever death jujitsu thing that he's trying to do. Bro, get in shape. I'll believe you a lot more. The music was a big start. Shaving his head from that balding, guy that works at Jiffy Lube, the outfit that he used to come out in. And,
Yeah, I'll say I do think his physique looks better. If you looked at his back, it's ripped. His shoulders and arms are bigger.
Yes.
I don't even know if he needs to put on muscle. If he lost like 10 pounds of fat, he looks big. Well, then again, he's fighting a guy 150 pounds, but he look aesthetically he looked better than what he has.
I think they announced him at 235, which is probably believable.
He's probably 6'3", 6'4".
No, Moxley?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know, bro. I think he's closer to like 6 foot. I don't think
no.
He's that
go back when he was in the Shield. He's much taller. I think he's like 6'3" or 6'4", Rob.
Really?
Yeah, he's
tall. To look that up.
It's hard to judge based on these opponents he has, but yeah, I think.
Yeah, well, Darby's like 5'7".
Yeah, so. I think he's like 6'3", maybe even 6'4". He's not small.
All right. Well, I have Mox wins clean with the Death Rider off the top rope, and then Danielson comes out with. Now, what was the reason? Oh, he just came out just to get back at to get back at Moxley.
Right, for putting a bag over his head.
Right. So he came out with something. He tried to choke him. And then, the Blackpool Combat Club comes out. And who of all people, Zach G?
You got me. I'm
comes to save the world heavyweight champion. Oh, my lights are starting to flicker now.
Hurry up. We're almost done. Hurry up.
All right. Private freaking Party and Commander with Alex Abrahantes with his Mickey Mouse gloves on come out with Bryan Danielson to make the save. Bro, you don't have anyone else with fucking star power in your company that you got to bring out. But this must be a Danielson thing. He's like, hey, I want to put these guys over. I want them on my side. Commander and Private Party, bro.
You want to hear what I put?
What did you put?
Danielson attacks Moxley after the Blackpool Combat Club come out. Jobbers come to help Danielson. WTF.
With all the people you have in the back, all of the people you have in the back, you're going to send out Private Party.
I knew someone was going to say, I thought it was going to be someone of importance. I started laughing. Oh, I need to backtrack real quick.
Okay.
There's 7 minutes left in the match, and guess what happened?
What happened?
My DVR.
Oh, the DVR
off again. Right. But I learned my lesson. I recorded the other show afterwards.
Yep. There you go.
Tony Khan cannot produce anything, and he's an idiot.
Bro, he's trying to get that overrun, bro. Trying to get that overrun. But anyway, I just have in my notes again at the very end, I said, I'm taking Moxley more serious now. So where I wasn't invested at all in a John Moxley, Bryan Danielson main event for a pay-per-view, I think they're wrestling at Wrestle Dream or whatever.
Wrestle Dream.
I'm at the least bit excited for that match. Don't want to see it. I've seen it before. They wrestled a billion times already, I feel like. But now that he comes out to Death Rider and he's got Marina Shafir with him,
well,
and the unknown of what's this this ain't your company anymore. Are they going to forget that angle like they do with every other angle?
Probably.
They're going to piggyback on that. Shane McMahon going to come out? Like, what's going on?
That would get a pop, good or bad.
That would definitely get a good pop. But anyway, that's been our review. Anything else you got to say on this?
Yeah, they have the match at Wrestle Dream. My prediction is that Marina gets involved and Danielson's wife comes out and helps him.
Yeah, but the Bella sister.
Brie Bella,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. And I mean, wrestling, I know, AEW is more of an insider company. Why is Marina Shafir? Well, I guess, isn't Renee Young? Isn't she a little jealous that some chick is coming out with her husband? But I guess everybody knows everything. It's like, she's married to Roderick Strong and she's not really a wrestler. And this is,
I wonder if they all swing together. Yeah.
I mean, you know better than anybody.
That's for a different podcast.
That's for a different podcast.
Whoops, my bad.
2.5 hours.
My bad.
All right. Before my power goes out, because we're in the middle of a hurricane right now. We made it. This has been our AEW Dynamite review for 9/25/2024. Probably we'll do another review in a couple days. Take care, brush your hair.
Later.
We're out. Bow, bow, bow.